Hi there, and welcome to my review for Deadpool 2. So Deadpool 2 is a new superhero movie coming out of the X-Men universe, and it's a sequel to the 2016 hit superhero movie Deadpool. So what I really liked about the 2016 movie Deadpool was that it was a nice small movie that was different. It stood out from all the other superhero films in 2016, which were big, overpacked blockbusters, and instead Deadpool played out as being this small, kind of subverted little thing. It was funny, it was witty, it was nice and simple, it didn't get ridiculous, and it was just pretty much a solid little comedy superhero movie. And Deadpool 2 is unfortunately a big letdown. I went into this expecting to at least be kind of satisfied with all the same kind of thing carried over, and in reality I think Deadpool 2 kind of just drops the ball. The jokes are kind of the same as they were before, and they are the clear thing that holds us together. In fact, Deadpool 2 is a funny movie, and I think anyone looking for a funny movie will probably get something out of this. I don't think it's hilarious. In fact, at my screening, I think there was a good amount of people who occasionally laughed, but most jokes sort of just passed the audience by. There was nothing particularly hilarious about it. What really stands up and lets Deadpool 2 down is its really bad storytelling. Really bad storytelling. There is way too many characters in this movie who are all just thrown in, and they're all just underdeveloped, and the story really doesn't go anywhere, and it's a really generic story. In fact, it's really predictable, and even within Deadpool 2's meta sensibilities, it doesn't help, because being meta about bad storytelling does not excuse bad storytelling. It really doesn't help as well that the Deadpool movies have this very smug air about them, and that they think they're like this subversive takedown on the superhero genre, and they really aren't. Like, there's nothing about these movies that really subverts the genre. They ultimately slot right in with the rest of the films in the MCU or the DCE or the X-Men universe. They are those exact kind of movies with the exact same kind of stories, the exact same arcs, the exact same emotional beats, the exact same kind of comedy, aside from the fact that it's R-rated and the fact that they can get away with dick jokes and get away with swearing and sex jokes, and and that's kind of all it is. There's another thing as well with Deadpool 2, which is it's just full of references, and that's fine, but I'll be honest, references alone don't make for a joke. And that's not to say there isn't really some standout sequences here. There's one sequence involving the X-Force, which is their introduction and then their first mission, and that is a fantastically done comedy set piece, and that really, really works. But by and large, the rest of the film is very stodgy, uninteresting drama. There's also this really tacky emotional sensibility to the film, because it spends quite a while developing these really long emotional sequences, which are painfully long, like way too long. And why do we care? Wade Wilson doesn't care about anything, so why is it that we're expected to care when there's these emotional centre points of the film? Especially as the arcs of the film are mocked by the same characters as being badly written arcs. It's a bit pointless as a drama, and it's really hard to care about anything that goes on. I mean, of course, this isn't meant to be a film that you necessarily care about, you might just go in and have fun with it, but it's just a shame, because the first film was small and its own thing. This isn't. This is clearly a franchise extension, this is clearly a film setting up sequels, this is clearly a film introducing new characters, this is clearly a film that is just like double the scale. The action here also just isn't that impressive. The action is nice, it's decently put together, but like there's some points where the action is badly framed. It's not more exciting than the majority of superhero action we've already had this year, and in fact it probably is the worst action I've seen of any superhero movie in 2018. It's certainly a film which just has a lot of bad action, a lot of drama that doesn't go anywhere, a story that's really dragging its feet, and it just has this really annoying thing that it thinks it's smarter than it is. It thinks it's this work of genius, when in reality it's not subversive. It's a superhero movie with dick jokes, and that's kind of fine, but that's all it is. I just wish by upping the scale they had also made the humour more subversive. It's one thing to be meta about the genre, but when being meta about the genre is literally just going, oh look, it's Thanos. Oh look, it's a reference. Oh look, it's a reference to another super... That's not saying... That's not anything. Anyone can do a reference. Deadpool 2 was fine. I didn't hate it, and I certainly had my moments of enjoyment within it, and Ryan Reynolds is still superb in the lead role, but I think what really let this down for me was that I didn't find the action that good. I thought the drama was really poor, and because there was so much story, like there's a lot of story and a lot of characters, and there's a lot of moving parts, because there's so much of that, and the comedy is basically the only thing holding it together, that's kind of all it has going for it, and the comedy ends up being derivative, because there's no joke here that really isn't really a sort of riff on something that came from the first film. The jokes, to some extent, are all just kind of derivative. There's nothing fresh about it. So it's just a film that strikes me as a bit lazy and a bit cobbled together, and not something that I think reads as fresh and innovative and interesting. It's just kind of exactly what I worried the Deadpool series might become if it became anything more than a one-off subversive movie. And unfortunately it has become that, so I was very disappointed with Deadpool 2. It's not complete garbage, but Deadpool 2 is probably a bad film. And yeah, I'm sorry, it just didn't work for me. So yeah, that's what I thought of Deadpool 2. What did you think of it? If you've seen it, please let me know in the comments. If you like this review, please give it a like. If you want to watch more of my reviews, then subscribe. If you want to read more of my reviews, then you can follow me on Letterboxd or Twitter, links in the description. And Deadpool 2, it's a bad movie.